The white corner, we have Ekaterina Petruchkova from Russia.
So next up, we do have a Russian fighter making her way into the stage. She will be fighting in the chessboxing light division as well. That is a 90-second round with a helmet. Russia entering a lot of the other weight brackets and chessboxing formats, bringing a big team this year and entering chessboxing fit, chessboxing light, and the main category.
And fighting out of the black corner, under 60 kilograms from India, Waykar Sanjay.
Now, this is Sanjay, who lost in the finals yesterday to another Russian, Oksana. And now she's fighting another Russian, Oksana's teammate, who yesterday upset the defending world champion, Lara Armas. So this is going to be a very good boxing match between these two fighters. And I think they're fairly evenly matched in chess as well. So definitely in for an exciting chess boxing light matchup. Getting started here in just a few seconds.
Левую подальше, сюда и дальше. Помни, сдваивай. А ты сдваивай на левую, она идет на левую. Правой на левую она войдет. Левый сдваивай, страивай. Правой, а потом выйдет.
Gear taking a little while to get set up here, but only building the anticipation for a great boxing match to come. We have 90 seconds of action between Russia and India, starting in just a few.
Джеб, 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 снизу сбоку, джеб, 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 джеб. Вот так, правая сбивай, левая.
Really good pairing so far from the Russian fighter, keeping that right hand high and working kind of like a windshield wiper to swat away incoming jabs. And the Indian boxer named Sneha, I was calling her Sanjay earlier, that's her paternal name. But Sneha has a very, very fun style to watch with that lead hand down, a lot of head movement, a lot of lead crosses like you just saw there, lead cross and hook. One of her favorite combinations. We've seen it a lot in this World Championship. A good head movement by the Russian, landing a right straight to the body. And a 1-1-2 landing also for the Russian. Russian finding success with her own cross. Usually that's Sneha's go-to, but the Russian using her own best weapon against her. 2 crosses land for each fighter. And a great cross-hook combination lands again. Sneha is nothing if not consistent. There's another cross-hook cross combo. Really good head movement from both fighters. And low time, there's the bell. We will see a chess round now. I would probably give a slight edge to the Russian fighter in that round. We'll see if the judges judged it the same way. An excellent effort from both fighters, especially after a long week of competition. Both of these fighters entering multiple divisions. So it looks like Sanjay does win this one, getting the first boxing round. I think that one could have gone either way. My pick was a slight edge to the Russian, but it looks like the Indian edges it out with her great head movement and combinations. chess round about to get underway. We do have Ekaterina with the white pieces, that's Russia, to begin the game, and Sneha with the black pieces.
Ready?
Bell is rung, timer begins, and we have a d4 opening. Met by d5. We have a queen's gambit. Accepted. White taking the center. And typically in this position, I would opt actually to take the knight out, c3, and then recapture eventually with the bishop on c4. But opting instead for center control earlier, guarding against e5 with that knight development on f3. We have a pin, and that pin being broken by the bishop coming to d2. And depending on what black does here, that pawn on c4 is still ripe for the taking. And it is taken. Very interesting move with f6. Not sure on that one. I think preparing for e5, but also weakening the square on the king, which is not ready to castle. So we could see the knight on f3 moving out of the way, and a queen check could be problematic for black. Advancing the d pawn forward, forcing a move from the c6 knight. It will find an outpost, but now with a trade, that queen check I mentioned from earlier is open. Potential to win a pawn here for white on d4. No longer, because the knight is pinned to the queen. So after the queen moves, that opportunity will be open again. She does have a check. I would have liked a check a4. Now there's another tempo and a great fork. That doesn't actually work because it's an undefended. It's an undefended square for black, meaning white can just slide back and take it. Unless I'm missing some kind of tactic, which I don't think I am, that can just be taken by... Oh, interesting. She opts not to take it for some reason. Not sure what I'm missing there. But yeah, I think the c4 bishop could have just taken that knight. Coming up on almost a minute of time advantage for white. And there's the time. So a clear advantage for black in the chess so far, going up a rook right before the end of the round there, and so with control of the board and one boxing round under her belt, she sits in a good position to win this Chessboxing Light match. But I don't think Ekaterina is going to let that happen so easily. She is a very talented boxer, and I think knowing that she's in a more desperate position, being down a boxing round and in a worse position on the board, she's going to come out swinging on this Chessboxing Light 90-second boxing round.
Просто, да, не попадает. Накидывай больше из центра, да, не центр, не бегай, она сама придет. Она будет боксировать, она подойдет. Она подойдет к тебе сама. Дергай ее, только двигайся, ноги должны вибрировать. Центр ринга твой, вибрируй.
There's the bell, and we're about to get the action underway. Touch of gloves, as sportsmen do. We have another cross-hook combo starting out the round, as is customary for our Indian fighter, Sneha. Quick jab. Haven't seen many jabs from Sneha. Oh, a good jab hook. Jab eliciting a response to the hook landing. and kind of slinging her punches out there, coming from the shoulder and the hip. It's a very, very interesting style. Hard to deal with is the Indian. Ooh, good cross ending that exchange from the Russian, showing signs of life, and very excited to see a more even kind of exchange. Russia is scoring 2 more shots, one to the head, one to the body. So, and Sneha showing some fatigue. Now, she did enter all 3 divisions, so it makes sense that she's been competing all week, back to back, and there is fatigue on the last day of the World Championships here for a lot of fighters. There's 10-second warning for the end of the round. Oh, big shot. Kind of stumbles Sneha, which 2 more jabs land. Not doing much to try to avoid those shots is Sneha. Man, I think the second half of the round certainly went to the Russian, while the first half of the round went to the Indian. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score this one. That ties up the boxing 1-1, which means this will be decided on the chess, and if it isn't, then it will go to sudden death overtime. Settling back down at the board with headphones on, the arbiter signals that time is in, and it has begun. The clock is counting down for white. Ekaterina makes a quick move, getting right into the action after the move. Black castles and advances the G-pawn. Interestingly, pushing that horse away, but there is a nice outpost, and she finds it. This does lose a pawn. If trade, then that bishop can slide back, and black is solid. White is going to want to get that queen out of the corner, reactivate it more towards the center of the board. I like a square like D1, opening up a move either over to H5 or maybe over to A, the A side. Just a lot of openness in that position. Black giving away a white bishop. Oh, a legal move because it was a discovered check. Black sees that and moves her king, and then is forced to take the pawn as to not lose her queen. Looks like white blundered a bishop. Ekaterina, less experience in chess, it looks like. Very talented boxer, and both fighters very young. So a lot of potential here to learn from this World Championship and to improve. But Sneha definitely sitting in the driver's seat so far in this chess match, being up a rook and a pawn. I would like to see Sneha start to simplify more. Maybe a rook d3 move to trade off the bishop and the pawn could be something. I do like this move, starting to threaten the king, setting up for potential X marks the spot checkmate. If the queen slides over to that d3 square, then comes to f3, then checkmate is unstoppable. But that is 2 moves away, and we'll see what white has for a response. She does just opt to take the pawn, trading the pawns off, offering a trade of rooks. This would favor black, being up material. Trade of equal pieces is in the winner's favor. And there's the bell. Now, because this didn't end on the chessboard, we do go to sudden death. However, because it's the finals, maybe it isn't sudden death and there's just another boxing round. I'm not 100% sure if there's a difference in the rule set. But in the past rounds, because it was a draw on both, it would come to a sudden death draw. So it looks like Riccione, the head of the co-head of the Russian Federation, just asked the referee what was up, and because both boxing rounds were a draw, this is just going to decide the boxing side of the matchup, which will decide the outcome of the match. Very fiery start for both fighters. Very busy with punches. Nothing but punches being thrown from Russia. Little warning just to keep a little power off those punches, but speed is fine. So far, I'd give the edge to Russia, landing good hooks and shots to the head and body. Good head movement, missing the shots from India as well. This blitzkrieg style from the Russian seems to be favoring her. And she knows this is her last round of the week. She can dump all of her energy, completely empty the gas tank, and give it her best in this final boxing round. She may be a little tired now, but she's not letting fatigue stop her. Both fighters running on adrenaline now. Two good shots land for the Indian to the head, but the Russian is just overpowering and outscoring the Indian so far. There's the 10-second warning for the end of the round, and as it stands in my book, Russia seems to have it, especially with a few more shots landed before the end of the round. India gets one more cross in before the bell, and there we have it. Another final in the books.
And the winner of this boxing round by unanimous decision, Petruchkova, Ekaterina. This brings the boxing score to 2-1.
It's the depth perception. One eye, drop it. Yeah. How about it? Oh, nice. Yeah, let's do it. I might peek my head into this for Bada, and then I'll come get more. Yeah, thank you.
And the winner by judges' decision, Petruchkova, Ekaterina, and new under 70 kilograms world champion of the world in chessboxing height.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The win coming for Russia, having a great second two boxing round, smartly playing on the chessboard, running out time, and just overpowering and outscoring her opponent in the decision-making final boxing round. Congratulations to Russia and to Ekaterina for taking home the victory. Big stuff from the Russian team all around this year.